So let's get to question number 1. Question number 1 is all about theme, and this is worth 20 points. It's a big part of the summer reading assignment, so let's talk about the definition of theme first. So theme is more than just the main idea. It's actually a common thread or universal notion that's presented throughout the text. And here's a list of common themes in literature. Now this list is not complete. There are actually hundreds of themes, but you're welcome to use any of these themes to discuss in your book. They're very general themes, and go ahead and use those, and you'll do fine. Now, notice that those themes that we listed are not just one word like love or justice or jealousy. Themes usually are a complete sentence or a phrase. Remember, they're deep, they're thoughtful. It's what the author intends for you, the reader, to take away, this big idea, and it's often a complex life lesson. So ask yourself, what does the author want me to think about after I finish the book? The theme sometimes isn't overtly stated. You might need to infer what the author wants you to know from the whole reading experience. So how do you read for theme? Well, I would brainstorm a list of themes as they appear in the book. And if you see a pattern, if you see the same thing coming up over and over again, then you probably have found a theme, and you can use that. So you can complete this question one of two ways. First, you can pick one theme and then find 3 specific examples of how that theme is demonstrated in your book. The other way is you could choose 3 different themes and then find one example for how each of those themes is demonstrated in your book. Your answer is going to look like this. You're going to state the theme, then you can provide a specific example from the book that shows the theme. Make sure you cite the page number or the chapter, and then you're going to write a detailed analysis of how this example supports the theme. So your answer should be 1 or 2 paragraphs, and at least 3 paragraphs or more for the complete appropriate response will earn you all 20 points for this section of the rubric. So I'm going to use the example of Little Red Riding Hood, and I looked over that list of themes and I found 2 that would actually fit for my book. So the strong often prey on the weak. The wolf is strong and Little Red Riding Hood is weak. And adversity means obstacles or problems, can lead to triumph. Because the version of Little Red Riding Hood that I read, she and the woodsman and the grandmother are alive at the end of the story, so the problem of the wolf has been resolved. So adversity can lead to triumph. But I did some thinking, and I actually found a better theme for my book, which is talking to strangers is dangerous. I felt that that was more of an overarching theme versus the first 2. So that's the one I chose for my example. Alright, so here's my paragraph that will show you an example of how to set up a theme. First, I listed the word theme. I actually identified my literary device, theme. Then I listed the text, Little Red Riding Hood. And finally, I wrote my theme out, talking to strangers is dangerous. That's my first sentence, that's my thesis or my claim, and then I'm going to spend the rest of the paragraph defending that topic sentence or that claim. So the second part, Little Red Riding Hood spoke to the wolf who was in disguise. These are specific examples that support my theme. And notice at the end of that second part how I cited the text. In my case, I read the book online, so I cited chapter 1, open parentheses, close parentheses, and then the period goes after the chapter citation. Alright, the final part from my paragraph is my analysis. I analyzed how my example fit the theme. Alright, so that's how you do theme.